How do you call it?
Yeah, let me share my screen here. I'm finally, it just took a moment to get, it was because I was expecting something much faster. So we've got a coordinate plane in front of you,
Yes.
and you can see you've actually already plotted 3 points.
Yeah.
Okay. Now in the alphabet, this is very important. In the alphabet, X comes before Y. If you say your ABCs, if you go through alphabet, X comes before Y. In an ordered pair, it's X and then Y. So there's first this parenthesis,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put a number. X is really a number. You're not going to write X, a comma, then another number, and then a parenthesis. Now, another way you can think about this that might be more useful is that X is how much you're going right or left, and Y is how much you're going up or down. And we'll talk about that here when we look at this this first point here on the graph. So let me know when you get this written down. As always, I'll be sending out the notes at the end and a screen recording that you can watch later. Let me know when you're ready though for this one.
I'm ready.
Okay, so let's say we're going to point A. We'll call this point right here point A, and here's where you're starting. Now, this was easier when houses were kind of all on a grid. It's a little bit more complicated now from we drive around, not always a straight line, but you're going to go to the right 2 units. Do you see how you go right 2 units?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm actually going to draw an arrow for that. And then you go up 4 units. Okay,
Yes.
so right is positive,
Mhm.
up is positive.
Yes.
So the ordered pair here is 2, 4. Now you've already been given this to graph, but we can also go the other direction as well. So this is point A.
I
All
have
right.
one
Yeah.
question about this.
Yes.
I was telling you earlier, like I always get mixed up because I like put 4, 2, but it's like 2, 4, and I don't know how to do that. Like,
So we're gonna do a lot of examples, and for right now, we're gonna go from the graph. So
okay,
we're gonna go from the graph, and we'll actually restart each time. That'll be clearest. But you always go right or left, then up and down, up or down. Like you don't. It's not your pick. You have to first go right or left, then up or down. Okay, so let's look at the same graph now, but let's look at point B here. And then you're always starting it right here. Do you remember what this point is called? It's got a specific name.
no,
It's called the origin.
the origin.
Yeah. So your teacher or someone might say the origin, they mean this place that I'm pointing at right here. And we'll give that more information later. But to get to B, you first have to go left, right or left. Sorry, let me do the same orders before. Right or left. And in this case, you're going to go right.
Mm-hmm.
How many units? How many units right do you go?
5.
Right, 5. Yeah. Then from this point where you're at, where I've drawn a little dot here in the bottom, you're going to go up or down. And you're going to go up again.
4 units.
Up 4. Yeah. So the right 5 is the X, the up 4 is the Y. And it's always X before Y, which means that it's 5, 4.
Okay.
All right, now let me grab an XY plane here and snip this in. Actually, let me get the point on here. Let's go. All right, so let me snip this in for you. All right, so question for you. Let me get this snipped in. I want you to label this point. Give me the order. I'm sorry. Give me the ordered pair for this point in red. And you can ask me questions, whatever you need to do to be able to help answer this.
Okay. So do I tell you if it's like,
So all I want is what would go in this box, like the final answer.
okay,
And you don't have to tell me parentheses. I just need the two numbers
okay.
and the right order, of course, as well.
Is it 2, 3?
Yes, that's correct. Very good. Okay, so we're going to look at another graph. We're going to answer some different questions. They're kind of related to what we just did, but we'll label some more points here. Give you a chance to get this down. So there are 4 points on this graph. Let's start with letter A. Letter A is down here on the bottom here. You're always starting at the origin though. It doesn't matter whether it's A, B, C, or D. Whatever point you're asked to find, you always start at the origin.
Okay.
So could you again give me the ordered pair for letter A?
Okay. E- Is it 1, 1?
Yes. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for letter B.
B. Okay.
Okay, the one up here on the top left.
Okay. Is it 1, 6?
Yes. Okay, and very important, like you did, you don't start at A to go to B, you start back at the origin. So like you just said, you go right 1 and then up 6. Okay, so now do the same thing for letter C, please.
7, 6.
Okay, and then the last one there, letter D.
So 7, 1.
Very good. Okay, so the order does matter. If you ever give directions to someone and you mix up the order, they get to a place that they don't expect. So this question that we just looked at, it actually asks you to do something slightly different. It first wants the distance or the length from B to C, from B to C. So you can literally count those. So it's like, that's 1. The next one is 2, 3. You don't have to make these arcs, but I'm just doing that for this first one here. 4, 5, and 6. Okay.
Yeah.
So the length from B to C is 6 units. Okay.
Yeah.
Now your book or your online thing, it uses this word segment. Segment means a line. It's a line that's fixed on both ends. Okay, so that's just the language they're using here. So here's the next question that it asks. I'm going to snip this in. See if you can figure this one out for us, please. It now wants the length of segment CD. CD. So you got to count. You got to start at C and go to D. You're literally just counting. It's like 1, 2, and so on. Can you tell me the length of line of segment CD? Do you have an answer for me, Zoe?
No, I just found the 5 when I was counting, but then I got stuck.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you had the correct answer there. Good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna grab this picture one more time because we've got a lot of we got a little too much in there. So what we've done so far is we found that from B to C is 6 units, and
Mhm.
from C to D is 5 units. I want you to tell me how long AD is and
Okay.
how long AB is, please. Give me the length of each of those.
Okay. Okay, I got A, B 6.
So A to B means this vertical one. Is that what you're referring to?
Oh no, A, D, D
Okay, AD is 6, I agree. And then AB
5.
5. Okay. Now, do you remember what the word perimeter means? Have you heard that before?
No.
So perimeter is the distance all the way around. So you start somewhere, like let's say you started at A
Mhm.
and you go up to B. Usually you go in letter order, then you go to C, then you go to D, and then you go to A. But notice that it's around. You're not going inside.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this case, you get back to where you started. Your start and stop are the same. It's like if you go outside your home, you walk around the block, you get back to your house. Okay, so the perimeter is this distance. It's the distance from A to B plus the distance from B to C plus the distance from C to D plus the distance from D to A. Now you have all those numbers.
Yeah.
This is 5 and then this is 6. Can you give me the value of the perimeter, please?
Value.
I'm asking you to tell me add up all of these lengths.
So like together, like adding.
Yes, just add them all
Okay.
up.
Is it 22?
Yes, it is 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 6. It is 22. Very good. Fantastic. Okay. We're going to do a new problem here.
Okay.
I don't know why they deviated into perimeter, but I mean, it's related. It's just we want to get really comfortable with labeling points here.
Mhm.
So let me, what I'm going to do here is label 2 points and ask you to tell me the ordered pairs again.
Okay.
So we'll call that A.
Mhm.
So whenever you get that down, you can tell me what that is. And then there's B. Okay, so whenever you're ready, give me the ordered pair for A and then the ordered pair for B.
So it was like we're doing it like what we were doing, not the numbers, right? And I'm not telling you the numbers, just
I just want the order. I just want the numbers that go in the ordered pair. So this thing in parentheses here is called an ordered pair. I guess I haven't written that. Well, I did write that down, but it's an ordered pair.
Okay.
It's so just let me just talk about the language a little bit. So if you have matching socks, they're called a pair. Okay. But like the socks are the same. Doesn't matter whether you put the one on the left foot or the right foot, but shoes are kind of like an ordered pair. You've got a left shoe and a right shoe. The ordered pair here means that X comes before Y.
So for A, 3,7.
Good.
And then for B is 8,1.
Perfect. Okay. Now on your assignment, they actually go backwards. Like they give you the ordered pairs here on the right, and then they ask you to graph them. So we're going to try that next. But it's kind of hard for me to do that. So what I don't, do I want to do this? Do you have graph paper?
Let's see. Yeah, I do have graph paper
You have
here.
some graph paper. I don't think that's a good, I don't think we should do that. But I do want to, how am I going to figure out if you can do this? Okay, let's do it differently. So I'm going to
Do I
grab
need a graph paper or not?
no, maybe have some out with you
Mhm.
for the future. It's like one of those things that's nice to have, like your calculator, but we'll try to avoid using that today. So this is a little bit harder just because it's the virtual format that we're doing.
Yeah.
But what I want you to do is tell me where to plot this point. And you have to use words like start here. And here you've got to be more specific than that. So where should I start when I graph this point?
We start at the 0,
Yeah, at the origin.
the origin.
Again, so that's called the origin. And it has the ordered pair 0, 0.
Origin. So
So the good news
Mhm.
is that like that's always the same. Like you don't have to ever change that. It's always origin. All right. Now, what do we do next? I want to put a dot at this point 4, 6. So tell me what to do next from the origin.
So what I do is that I go to the right and I find the 4.
Okay. So
And then
there's the 4. Good.
yeah, and then I go and then we go up and then I just find the 6 and then I go and I just put the point there
Okay.
and my answer comes out 4, 6.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. Now let's look at another point here. So tell me how to graph this point, please.
So we always start in the origin. So like I said, I find the 2, which to the right, and I found it, just 1, 2, it's right there, and I go up and I just find the 4, and then it's right there.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I think a lot of teachers do want you to do that I'm not doing is they want you to actually label it. So if you were doing this on graph paper, you would want to display the coordinates, the ordered pairs. So these are also called coordinates. I just realized I said that, and you may not know what I mean by that. Coordinates. Okay, so we got a couple more here to try. All right, so here we go. 4, 0. Can you tell me where that is?
Okay, so I go to, so I go, is it like the same, but how do I find the 0? Or
So
do I just,
don't worry about the zeros. Just talk about the 4 first. What do you do with the 4?
I go to the right
Where do you start?
from origin.
So you start at the
0.
origin and you go right 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Now 0 is not kind of here, but it is. It's there.
Mm.
So that means it's actually right there on what's called the axis.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 4 comma 0. The last point that they ask you to graph is 6, 4.
Yeah.
6, 4 right there. And they tell you that this is a kite.
Yeah.
Hopefully that looks like a kite to you.
That is.
Great. Any questions on that?
No.
All right, so new question here. This is your story problem. Okay. All right, so we've got a graph here. The bus stop is at the origin.
Yeah.
The post office is not. It's 1 unit right and 5 units up.
Mhm.
Okay. And then home is 4 units right and then 3 units up. Now, have you seen this before where there's an N and an arrow pointing up?
No.
Do you know what that means? Okay, so this is north. And if you go down, do you know what direction that is called?
South.
South. And if you go to the right,
I think it's west.
east.
Oh, east.
And then if you go left,
West.
now just as an aside here, the news, you've heard the word news, north,
Yeah.
east, west, south. Let's think about that for a moment. So let's say we wanted to go from the bus stop, to the post office.
Yeah.
So we know we're going 1 right, but which direction is right?
East.
East. So you can think of as east being right. Okay. So you're going 1 block east. And I think directions are capitalized. Now from here, you're going up 5. Which direction is that?
North.
So you're going 5 blocks north. All right, now if you got that down, we're going to close out with just, with going from the post office to the home.
Yeah.
So we're going to go right
Mhm.
3, right 3. So again, that's north, south, east, and west. So it's 3 blocks. Which direction from the post office?
East.
East. Yeah. And then from there, you go down 2 blocks. But in which direction is that according to our convention up here?
South.
Yes, very good. All right, so that is it for us for right now. Zoe, if Michael is available, please ask him to jump on.
Okay.
I will see you on Wednesday. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. I
You're
have
welcome.
one question.
Yeah.
Do we have tutoring on Martin Luther King Day?
Yes, we will.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Michael, are you there?
Michael's gonna go on a different computer. He'll come
Okay,
right back.
sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Michael, Happy New Year. How are you today?
Good.
All right. I'm just showing my face. I'm showing my camera for just the opening part of the lesson, just to say hello, just to check in with you and say hi. You said you're doing okay. How was your winter break? Did you do anything fun?
Yeah.
What did you do? Tell me the best part of your holiday, your time off.
The Christmas,
Yes. What was the best part of it?
the food.
The food. All right. Do you have a favorite food?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite food?
Hamburger.
Hamburger. All right. Do you like to get it? Do you like to make it at home, or do you have a place you like to go to get a hamburger?
College Junior.
Carl's Jr. All right. That's good. So you started back in school this week or last week?
Last week.
Last week. And how's everything been going?
Good.
That's great to hear. All right. Well, I'm going to pull up your class here, and we'll just do like we've always done. I'll find some things for us to work on, and we'll just dig in. Do you know what you were working on in class the last few days or last week?
No.
You're not sure. Okay. Well, give me just a moment to get connected here. I'm going to turn off my camera, and then I'll snip in some stuff for us to work on, and we'll get started. Do you have do you have pencil and paper out to take some notes and work on some problems for us today?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, give me just a moment here. I'm almost there. Just going to see what have you guys been working on? Looks like you're doing some more fraction stuff. Hopefully this page loads. All right. So just stand by here. I will snip something in for us to work on, and we'll get going with our lesson today. Okay, so it looks like your lesson starts out with some multiplication facts. So we'll just do those real quick as review. I will share my screen and we'll get started here. Maybe you're already seeing it. There we go. Okay, so they want you to start by doing your multiplication by 6. So if you don't have your multiplication table out, go ahead and grab it, or if you know the answers, please tell me.
6 times 3 is
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
6 times 3 is 18.
Good. Okay. And it's okay if you got your multiplication table out, because the point is you just give me the answers. We might need them later on in the lesson.
Okay.
What is 6 times 8, Michael?
48.
I heard 48. Good.
Yeah.
How about 6 times 5?
30.
Good. And last one, 6 times 1?
6.
Very good. Okay, just a couple of more here. I'm going to have you do just another grouping of 4, and then we'll dive right into your lesson for today. But these are just a tiny bit more difficult. Not really, but they're just different problems here. So go ahead and give me your answers whenever you're ready.
Seven times 6 is, but 6 times 7 is 42.
42, good. You're just a little bit away from your microphone or screen, so just if you could just get a little closer, I'd appreciate it. How about 6 times 2?
12.
Okay, good. How about 7 times 6?
42.
42, good. And 4 times 6?
24.
24, fantastic. All right, so here's what we're going to do today. We're going to work on what are called equivalent. Whoa, why does it always do that? We're going to what are called equivalent fractions. Do you have any idea what that means, equivalent fractions?
No.
Okay, so let me give you an example. Here's a circle, okay? And if I cut it in half, this is considered 1/2. Okay, do you agree with that? Do you agree that if I, like, and you think of pizza, this is half the pizza. Would you agree with that?
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay. Well, it's an important basis. What about it don't you agree with? Tell me what's not clear to you.
The not the coloring part.
So, but they're the same. Like, imagine you pull a pizza out of the oven, you slice it right down the middle, you take half, your dad takes half. They're the same. Like, if you were to overlap them on one another, they would be identical. No? Okay, let's try something different here. Okay, let's take a look at this square. Is the left half the same as the right half in terms of its area?
Yeah.
Okay, we call that 1/2. Now, if I give you something similar, but I cut it up a little bit different, I'm going to go into little squares, but now it's 2 squares, 2 shaded squares out of 4 shaded squares. Is this also 1/2? And I'm just asking you visually, like, visually, is it 1/2?
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay. Have I not drawn it well? What's because these are exactly the same. Like, to the best of my drawing abilities, these are exactly the same, except I've cut it a little bit more, but it's still 2 squares. Here it's 2 squares that make up a rectangle. No, not clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me go off a different direction here. So I'm going to pull up a reference sheet that I'll send you, and because we're gonna talk a little bit about divisibility rules. Divisibility rules. Have you heard of that before? Divisibility?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, let me pull that up here. Give me just a moment to get to it, and then I'll share that with you. It's kind of like your multiplication reference sheet. You're gonna maybe want to have this printed and with you. Let me get that link. Put that in the chat. All right, so you can take a look at that at your whenever you have time. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull up that reference sheet and we're going to look at it together. We're going to first look at the divisibility rule for 2.
Okay.
Just a moment here. Everything takes a little longer that first lesson back here. There it is. All right. Okay, so here we go. So a number is divisible by n, and in this case, you can think of it as 2. A number is divisible by 2 if it is even. So an even number ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Okay, so have you heard the word even before?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me give you some numbers here, and I want you to tell me whether it's even or not. Is 12 even?
Mm,
Does it end? End means on the right. Does it end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8?
mm,
Is the rightmost number in 12 a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8?
2.
2. So this is even because it ends in 2. How about 16? Is 16 even?
Uh,
Does 16 end in a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8?
a 4.
16 ends in 4. There's a 4 here at this position.
Mm, no, 6.
6. So yes, it's even. It's even because you're looking at that last digit, that digit to the right. Now, how about 19?
No.
No, it's not. So 19 is actually considered odd. So every number, every whole number, we should say, every integer, maybe we should say every integer is either even or odd, even or odd. So what you have to remember, Michael, is that if a number ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, it's even. Okay, so let's look at something else here. Is 8 an even number?
Yeah.
Okay. Is 16 an even number?
Yeah.
So if it's even, it's divisible by 2. What that means is you can divide both of these numbers. You can divide both of these numbers by 2. What is 8 divided by 2, Michael?
Mm, 2.
Try again. Do you have your multiplication table out? This means 2 times some number equals 8.
4.
Okay, 4. How about 16 divided by 2? Or in other words, 2 times some number equals 16.
8.
Good. Very good. Now, same question to you. Is 4 an even number?
Yes.
Is 8 an even number?
Yes.
Okay, so you can divide both of them by 2. Can you divide both of those by 2 for me, please?
So 4 divided by 2 is 2.
Good. And how about 8 divided by 2?
16.
So again, that it's 2 times some number equals 8. Two times some number equals 8.
4.
4. Good. Okay. Now, same question. Is 2 an even number? Is 4 an even number?
Yeah.
So that means you can divide each of those by 2. What is 2 divided by 2?
1.
Okay. And how about 4 divided by 2?
2.
Very good. Now, what did we start with? What was our original problem, Michael?
8 divided by 2 and 16 divided by 2.
Well, let's 8 divided by 16. And do you see now how through this progression, we got down to 1/2? Do you see how we made our way down to 1/2 through our work?
Yeah.
So those are equivalent. So these two fractions are equivalent. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's try another one here. We'll make this one a little bit easier. Let's go 4 divided by 6.
Okay.
Are these both even numbers?
Yes.
Yes, they are, which means you can divide them both by 2. Can you do that for me, please?
4 divided by 2 is 2. And
Okay.
6 divided by 2 is 3.
Very good. So here's in words, we would say 4 divided by 6 is equivalent to 2 divided by 3. In other words, you can say that they are equal.
Okay.
All right, so let's look at another fraction here. You can just write this one in. I am following along your lesson. So if you look at our notes, it will help you with working through the rest of your lesson. Now, are both of these numbers even, Michael?
No.
Okay, let's go back and look at the divisibility rule for 2. Let me snip that in again. A number is divisible by 2 if it is even, meaning it ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. What is this number up top?
10.
What does 10 end in? What is the rightmost digit?
0.
Is that in this list?
Yeah.
Yes, so 10 is even. How about 12? Is 12 even?
Yeah.
What is the rightmost digit?
2.
2, and that's on our list. So you can divide both of these by 2.
So 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 12 divided by 2 is 6.
Very good. So these fractions are equivalent. Equivalent.
Okay.
I think we've already done that one. All right, so we'll move on. Okay, here's a good question. We've actually already done this, but let's just try it out and see how you do. Okay, here we go. Could you read this question out loud for us, please?
Which fraction is equivalent to 2 halves?
2/4, or you can say 2 over 4. That's fine. Or 2/4. That's okay.
2/4.
Yeah. Basically, you have to do what we've been doing all along. You have to take this 2/4 and see if you can divide it by a number.
Okay. So 2 divided by, so 6 divided by, wait, 2 divided by 2 is 1, and then 4 divided by 2 is 2.
Good. So that one's correct. Okay, let's look at another problem here. Let me, so here's your new problem. I'm going to type something here. Give me just a moment here. How many squares do you see? How many squares do you see, Michael? And just to be clear, this is a square, what I'm highlighting. And then this is also a square.
6.
6, good. How many squares are shaded? I'm going to say green. It's kind of a light green, little blue. You know, somebody looks at this later, they might disagree, but how many squares are shaded green?
3.
Okay, so this is 3 divided by 6. We can divide both of these numbers by 3. What is 3 divided by 3, Michael?
1.
Okay, and how about 6 divided by 3?
2.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, wait, what?
What is 6 divided by 3?
Oh.
I think I heard 2. All right. So for next time, we're going to talk about factors, but we just don't have enough time to do that today. But I thank you, Michael, for letting me help you. I'll send you the notes here shortly, and I will see you on Wednesday. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll end the lesson right here.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.